dunk. Like, you know, there's a few players who can't dunk, so those go for wide open layups. Or if they have a teammate that they know is directly behind them, and maybe they have somebody that's also fast that's going to run in front of them and can, you know, easily block that shit. Like, they know that they pretty much have an easier way if they have a teammate who's behind them get that dunk. When that happens, on any card in the game, they should give it a poster dunk stat, because of course we have the regular driving and standing dunk. Get fucked, blah blah. But pretty much what happens is they also includes a tendency, which is pretty basic, just drawing the contact on a dunk. But it's like, this game fucked up because they didn't keep that stat. I think they should put in the next game, like, poster dunk stats. So pretty much, it's just a rating, and then if you have like a 99 in it, that means that you are highly likely to get a poster dunk. And also, it pretty much the only way that you can block it is if, one, you just have a really good blocker, or two, the only way that you can stop it, like the player will hit the back of the rim, is if you have Hall of Fame Intimidator. Mailman, where it's pretty much just, you know, your posters complete. It pretty much cancels out Hall of Fame Intimidator, so the only way to block a poster on that situation is if you have a player who can block it. And then included in that, there's of course gonna be a defensive stat that comes with that, which is poster block, you know, because you have the regular block, which is how likely are you to block a regular old dunk, and or how much, or sorry, not a regular dunk, but a regular layup, or like, you know, and that goes with your interior and exterior defense. So, you know, you also have the block, including like how likely you are to block a three-pointer. But you know, they add a poster stat, and they add a poster block. So much with that again comes a badge, and it's gonna be called like poster block or poster blocker, you know, or no, undunkable. So pretty much it's like, you know, you won't be able to get dunked on. Like, it pretty much is the Hall of Fame badge of this. Alright, so let me just restart. When, you know, when a player is right in front of you, how likely you are to dunk on them. And then included in that, it can be blocked by Hall of Fame Intimidator only. Any other Intimidator badge will not work. However, if you have like a 99 in this, you can also get a badge which gives you a higher chance of being able to poster somebody with Hall of Fame Intimidator, or in this case, they have to have Takeover to block it, or for it to kind of not go with that. And then along with that, you have Dunk Block as a defensive stat, so how good you are going to be at blocking dunks, and how good you are going to be at not getting absolutely fucked. Alright, how likely you are to not get postered. And so with that, there's another badge where it's pretty much, with that badge, it's a badge pretty much telling you how, you know, it's pretty much one that works against poster dunks. So that badge, I don't know what the name would be, but, you know, I have something in my mouth, and it hurts. But like, you know, this stat will pretty much tell you how likely you are to get a poster dunk. The other one will tell you how likely you are to block a poster dunk. And it kind of works for dunkers, you know. I think it might be a canker that I have, but it's something in my mouth that's like popping out. Like I realized a while ago that I could like bite a little bit off it, but it's like I'm biting that shit now, or at least off. Like it hurts. I also think I might have prostate cancer, so I'm very scared. Yeah, I think it's just a canker that I have. Bruh. It is hot in my room right now. Like, it is steaming up in my room. It was a bailout to Blake Griffin. Yeah, that was probably the best thing that I've done all game because Blake Griffin ain't gonna block with that. Sad how there's like so many NBA legends who have died. You know? You have Wilt Chamberlain. You know, you have Manute Bol, whose son is in the NBA, which is good, but hopefully, I'm really hoping that Bol becomes a multiple-time All-Star, and, you know, yeah, like, becomes a Hall of Famer. Because it might happen like the 2030s, 2040s, but at that point, it's like, you know, Hall of Famer. Like LeBron James, the first year that he's eligible, like right now, here are the 3 of the 4 eligible players that are actually finalists for the Hall of Fame. So you have Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, and Kobe. Sad, rip Kobe, but these guys all retired in 2016. If you don't know, you need 4 years of retirement for you to get eligible for the Hall of Fame, because, you know, after 4 years you're probably not going to make a return to the league. You're probably going to like end up in the big 3 after 4 years, and they mostly do it after you've like completely just stopped doing anything basketball. Like you probably did a lot of like post basketball stuff, but like you're more of a trainer now. Like Kobe was training players. Tim Duncan's an assistant coach. I don't think he's gonna be making a return as a player. You know? Kevin Garnett, I mean, I don't know what he's doing, but like he's a Hall of Famer. He's a Hall of Fame caliber player. There's one player that kind of pissed me off that they didn't put in that list of the final people, which was Chris Bosh. He definitely deserved to be a finalist. He's underrated just because, you know, he played with LeBron. And he was their third best. I'll be back in a minute though. I'm gonna go and look at what is inside my mouth that is hurting a lot. I think it is just a canker head. Oh, the mouth cancer. Alexa, turn off top of stairs. Yeah, it's just I have a canker. It's pancreas. I am such a percent frequent variation. Weaker interrupted urine flow and strain. Blood in the urine, that's disgusting. Oh no, then I just have something in my ass. Something very uncomfortable. I think it's like a wart or something. It was in my body. Holy shit, it is hot in my room though. Usually I just turn on my fan like at midnight to go to bed. But I might have to turn it on at like 10, bro. I might be ending the stream earlier because I usually like, go to bed at midnight or whatever. I usually go to bed at like 1 or 2. So yeah. But my fan will commonly turn off my PlayStation. So it's like, I don't want that happening while I'm on stream and stuff. Man's got the double step back on lock. But he doesn't have the shot on lock. Bro, the fact that Pink Diamond Scally exists is scary. Like, bruh. Scalabrini wasn't that good, but he just has such a cult following. This is the thing about a lot of these players, like, you know, specifically Boban, Taco, Caruso, stuff like that, is that there's such a big cult following that makes them seem good. So when people are like, yo, this guy Brian Scalabrine, everybody seems to love him, you know, let's just see his career stats. And you look at them, and he has like 1 championship. And that's his only career stat that's like accolade worthy, is that he won a championship with the Celtics. It's just sad, you know. And then, you know, you hear people like Taco Fall. Ooh, let's see his accolades. Celtics player right now that plays in the G League as like the best G. And they just look up the highlights and they're like, oh, holy shit. Oh. And they start to Boban and they're like, hey, he's pretty good. You know, like, a lot of these players have cult followings, you know. Then people hear about this guy named Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. They hear about Lou Alcindor, which, by the way, was his name before he changed his last name, or his full name, due to religion. He was named Lou Alcindor. So they hear about that, and they search his name up, and they're like, who's this Lou Alcindor guy? And they're like, oh, it's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And they're like, you know, some people don't know him, so they're like, oh, okay, that's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar guy. So they search him up, and they're like, oh shit, this guy's like the league leader all-time in points in a career, as well as also the all-time leader in most MVP awards, and a lot of other accolades. Like, he has so many accolades. You know, they look at, who's this Michael Jordan? Actually, no, nobody's gonna say who's this Michael Jordan or LeBron James or Kobe Bryant. Like, people already know about those people. I didn't know about who Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was until I started playing 2K. Not gonna lie, you know. They hear about this guy named, Carmelo, and then, you know, they look him up and then realize that he has a bunch of, like, arrest warrants, you know. Or they just see his stories about raping little kids. I mean, what? And not paying child support. And now his kid is in the NFL. Like, you know, you hear those stories. But yeah. Like, you know, they search up these people, and, you know, then people will search up Vince Carter not knowing who he is, and then they'll see 2001 2001 dunk contest, you know, whatever. And they look it up and they're like, holy shit, I guess that's why people are hyping him up. He's like the greatest NBA dunker in history. That is what Pogo Stick does, I guess. I mean, I just thought Pogo Stick was something that increases your vertical. Like, that'd be sick if that was what it did. Like, here's an idea for the Pogo Stick badge. It's like, it increases your vertical when you're going for a post or dunk by like a couple inches, but it gives you more of a likelihood to do a better dunk. But bling bling. And you just go up and down a bunch of times. So I guess it does make sense why that Pogo Stick badge is for multiple blocks. I used to just be rebounding and blocks, like, you know, going for rebounds multiple times, because a lot. How did that bullet end up missing? That was such an open play. Like, but, you know, it should be like a rebound chasing badge, where it's like, because sometimes you get tied up on a rebound, so commonly players just like jump, 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 jump. So I guess that could be something that Pogo Stick does instead, is that helps you with rebounding, you know, or it gives you an increased vertical on rebounds and or putbacks. This is probably the most overrated card I've seen. Not gonna lie, like when it comes to rebounds, I'm not gonna lie. He is a great rebounding card. He is a great dunking card. But he just is kind of overrated, I'm not gonna lie. He's a great blocker. Fucking overrated in my opinion. Lance 210. I'm like, I see an Instagram notification now. I think it's like my friend Johnny trying to play some, you know, 2K or something. And he's like, hey, you wanna get in a party? And then, you know, it says that this Lance 210 guy posts now. I'm like, wow, fuck Lance. Like, his grandma yells at him more than my mom yells at me. Like, I feel like that's just an act, though. It's kind of like Flight Reacts channel. It's just an act. Like, by the way, guys, if you don't know what I mean, this guy actually had an accurate theory that Flight Reacts, his channel is a lie. Alright? If you don't know what I mean his career is a lie. Or his channel is a lie. He actually has good basketball knowledge. But you think about it, alright? What's gonna make him more views, therefore more money? Knowing about basketball, reacting to these videos and being like, oh nice, like that was a sick dunk by, you know, this dude. You know, I have a theory that he's been a Warriors fan for longer than since 2015. He is putting on the bandwagon act, or he's not actually a Warriors fan in general. I mean, maybe that part might be the only true part, but like, he's putting on this act. Alright, like he's saying, you know, I could beat Kuzma, you know, I could do a walk-on with the Nuggets right now and be a starter. Like, it's an act, people. Like, he knows that if he went on his walk-on for the Thunder or any team, it was like, whatever the fucking team's cocky name was, the Nuggets, he knows for a fact that he's going to get his ass kicked in the tryouts. You won't even be able to make it past the first cut. You won't even be able to make it past the first minute of the tryout. He'll get cut right by walking on the fucking court. He'll be like, hi, I'm here to try out, and they'll be like, get the fuck out of here, you piece of shit. Like, he knows that. You see, I might just put him up for 1,500. Just because it's a good card, but it's not a card that I'm gonna use. So I'd lose 150 off that, so I'd get a different. Maya Cox. Maya Longstrong. I haven't been on Instagram in a while, but it's because everything I've already seen before. I've seen that photo about 15 fucking times. Nobody cares. Like, I've seen this shit already. Way too much. Like, give me something original, Instagram. I just saw that 45 milliseconds ago. I don't care. I saw this 15 seconds ago. Like, I just don't see anything original now. It's an amazing thing. I'm number 4. Oh, Kyle Lowry's birthday was today? I hate those people who think that they're Instagram models, but they aren't. Like, That was an act, just like Flight Reacts channel. Like, bro, I hate how people still think that Flight Reacts is being delusional, though. He is doing that on purpose. He acts. Like, you think that when he turns off the camera, he actually is like, yo, Steph Curry, bro, I'm gonna nun his mouth. Like, he's gonna nun mine, too. Like, bruh. I mean, maybe, but I mean, that's just fucked up. But you think that, you know, everything that he says that's somewhat smart is probably a mistake. Like, it's probably a mistake because, you know, he wanted to say that, but then he's like, bro, Flight, like, he has to act like Flight Reacts. He can't just act like whatever his actual name is. And the other thing is that, like, when it comes to basketball, he said he'll be dunking by June. I'm confident that's going to happen. I'm confident that Flight already knows how to dunk. But he's, again, putting on an act, and he's saying, like, I'll be Steph Curry by June. But it's like, again, it's an act. He probably can shoot decently, but it's like, I mean, maybe not, you know, Steph Curry range and style. He probably can't knock down 30 straight three-pointers, but, like, he can probably knock down a couple. When he's playing against people and getting his ankles broken, again, it's an act. You really think that he's going to lose to a 12-year-old that's way shorter than him, and he's trying? No. Like, it's all an act, guys. Some of you guys believe this shit. Like, some of y'all believe this shit, and you think that it's a thing. Bro, my hair's so fucking greasy for some reason. I showered this morning. Which was a good 12 hours ago. Bro, I see these things on TikTok where it's like, you know, sleep this long, you know, play video games, do this. And it's like me before coronavirus. It's like go to school like 6 hours, like sleep for 6 hours. Go to school, you know, 6 hours. Eat like an hour total, maybe an hour and a half. Like, however long that's, like, you know, watch TV, and I'll just, like, use that to fill out my day. You know, but then it's, like, after coronavirus, it's, like, sleep for 10 hours, wake up, probably eat 2 hours total during the day, but I'm also playing video games, and then it's, like, games, like, sports, 0. Spend time with family for a good 2 hours in a day. Like, you know, go to school though, 0. I don't go to school anymore for the time being. I mean, at least for 2 weeks. It's gonna be fucking boring though, like 2 weeks off. I almost get tongue fucked by that. By the way, guys, I don't act different. I just kind of like put on. I don't act much different on YouTube than I do outside. Like, I just kind of think of things and I'm like, shit, YouTube. I'm fucking bored, man. Fucking bored. Fucking bored. I'm tired too, like, you know, it's what? just before 10. Tomorrow I'm gonna wake up around 9 to 10, and then I'm gonna wake up around 9, shower, be ready for the day at 10, probably play video games for a couple hours. But instead of like usually I have my door shut, I might open up my door for a couple hours just to kind of like get some better air in, because oh man, I'm gonna throw up or something. I'm having a very rumbly stomach right now. I'm not that hungry. Oh, I need to take a shit. That's what I need to do. Bro, I just love when Flight reacts nuts. Pretty much seeing a Steph Curry video. But like, I'm gonna leave my house for a bit every day, go for a quick walk around the block with my dogs. You know. Like, that's kind of things that I'm gonna do every day. Probably have to do home workout videos. That was a sick way to end the game. Like, I'm gonna do a lot of home workout videos because, you know. By the way, guys, I had this little box. This is the box right now. I broke this with my controller. Like, I was mad earlier because I was trying to play online, Triple Threat, and I got a little bit pissed off, and you know, now you can see there's a massive fucking hole. That was the quickest time it's taken me to adjust my camera to my face. Alright, well this is like another one of those sequences where I don't open the vault for a while. I have like, what, 12 wins, and I have like, what, 2 hours until I'm gonna go to bed? Challenge yourself to motherfuckers. It was Spurs versus Pistons in 05. Like, bruh. One, it's sad to say that. I mean, realistically, the NBA first team is just the top 5 players. However, they need to be evenly distributed. Pascal Siakam almost every time, he would end up on the second team because there's only 6 forwards. You know, that's the advantage, is that now guards are taking over the league. And being a forward is the best thing to do because, you know, if you're a forward, you have a higher chance to make the All-NBA teams. I feel like Siakam might make the first, not the first team, but like the second team. I don't know, they haven't showed the MVP race in a while. I mean, they should. Oh, fuck. That's scary to see, like. They need to show the all, like, if they announce that the season is completely over, then I want them to show the All-NBA teams. Like, first things first, they show the All-NBA teams. We already know the 2 MVP leaders are Giannis and LeBron, so that's 2 spots already taken on the first team. I just want to see Siakam on the third team. I just want to see him on the third team, you know. And also, I want to see him at above 90 next year. Like, fuck you, 2K. You're gonna give my boy Spicy a 90 overall card. Honestly, it's the most satisfying thing just to see somebody dink it off the iron. Like, they're going for a fresh dunk, and they're going for, like, a nasty poster, and you just see them, like, bank it off the backboard. Like, this is kind of my morning routine right now. Wake up at like 9 or 10, and I don't fully get up until about 11. I stay in my bed and watch YouTube for about an hour, so my mom knows I'm awake, but she doesn't really care that I'm not doing anything fucking productive at all. But I'm up and out of bed at like, you know, 10-ish or 11, sorry. Then I'll usually just chill out, play some video games for about an hour until noon. I'll make lunch, then I'll, eat it, whatever. I'll be done at like 1:30 because I don't really care. I just take a lot of time to eat lunch. I also take a lot of time to make it. I usually like make things, but I'm trying to make my schedule more of a school style schedule where I don't wake up. I don't know. I'm not saying that I'm gonna wake up at 6:45 every day and just start getting ready then so that I have a longer day. I mean, like, have a school style, wake up at 9ish, get ready for, like, shower first thing, then eat. Oh my god, I actually got my ankles broken with that. So shower, then brush my teeth, eat breakfast. Usually I'd make it, but I mean, I'm probably just gonna have like some cereal, which I mean takes 30 seconds. You just pour some cereal in a bowl, pour some milk. I swear if you do it and vice versa, you are a fucked up psychopath. But then, so pretty much this is gonna be the way that I do it. I wake up, first things first, I shower, then I get dressed, which, on school nights would usually be a short sleeve t-shirt, a comfortable pair of pants, specifically jogging pants, and a sweater. Now, for me, it's a t-shirt and a pair of shorts, because, I ain't doing shit. Like, I ain't leaving my house. Like, if I leave my house, I'll put on a comfortable pair of pants, like windbreaker pants. I'll put on a sweater, How did he break me with that? I'm just curious. How the fuck do you break somebody down with that? Like, I swear, if anybody gets legitimately broken, if somebody legitimately gets their ankles broken with that, that is an embarrassing NBA clip, because, like, that is not an ankle. I think he has Hall of Fame Space Creator. I'm saying that right now. He probably has Hall of Fame Space Creator. Like, ankle breaker. Shit like that. Like, 15 Hall of Fame badges involving dribbling. Fuck you, game. That just hurt. Today's been the most boring day because usually I'm gonna be like on for at least 2 to 3 hours talking to friends, but because none of my friends are like I had one opportunity to play with my friend Matt, and he was on for a bit playing Fortnite duos, but whenever the other guy is on that he's playing duos with, I always ask to join, and he always says, no, I'm not trying to play some squads right now, I'm only trying to play duos. Why is that on? But he's always trying to run duos, so I don't really get to join them, and I'm like, alright. I always hope for my friend Johnny to invite me. Like, usually he's on, and we usually play together. So I'm playing with one of my two friends, my friend Matt or my friend Johnny. However, neither of them, like, my friend Johnny just wasn't on, I guess, and then my friend Matt, like, he was on, but he wasn't trying to play squad. Nope. Not right now. Oh, that was so nice. I got a little bit of a breeze because I accidentally turned on my fan with my foot. And yes, I do that because, guess what? I know how? It's not that hard. It's, yeah?
What's this basket doing here?
Hold on, I'll be back in a second. Huh?
What's this basket?
Oh, that's just my clean clothes.
Oh, well, put it in your room.
I'll be in my room. Hey, Scott. Scott. When you come up here, can you bring my mom's phone up for her? Alright, thank you. Sorry. I was talking to my mom's, boyfriend thing through the window because I couldn't talk to my mom there. Or I wasn't trying to go downstairs to tell him. But the sad part is the past 2 games I've played against top shooters in the game. You know, I know that Bradley Beal is a good shooting, but I need to see that Harden card. I need to get that Harden card. Straight up. That's going to be a dominant card to have because he can do everything. Now the thing is, when are we gonna get cards? None of the opals have been as good as over half of the opals last year. A lot of these opals are based off of I think that 2K19 was a great game in the way of opals. They need to start doing more 2K19 style opals where their stats match up with their overall. Right now you're just seeing a lot of higher 90s for these opals, and then you're seeing a ton of Hall of Fame badges. I think that you need to start adding tons of 99 stats to these opals, but based off of specifically what their playstyle is. So Jordan gave him 99 on a bunch of things, and when you release another Jordan at an opal, please release him with all 99s. And also release a LeBron with all 99s. And a Kobe with all 99 stats. I mean, I'll probably end up selling this Jordan if one of those comes out and just, like, buy a bunch of the packs. But it's like, this game has been coming out with a lot less, like, the Legacy and, like, the Special Edition packs for specific players. Like, I think I'd say this Legacy and the Prime packs are, like, the two kind of Spotlight Series packs from last year. But I'd say that there's definitely a big thing with Spotlight including in it, but then at the same time with Spotlight there isn't, like, the best card there that you can pull is a specific player. Like, they need to make it like that. Like, you know, but they also need to add in limited players. But they need to keep, like, right now, almost every single Galaxy Opal in the game does not have a lot of 99 stats. I haven't seen Opal Anthony Davis' stats, but if they're anything that isn't like Giannis' stats from last year, then it's gonna suck. Like, I want Giannis' stats from last year to be on AD. The reasoning why? Well, that's because Giannis was a dominant-ass card. I mean, pretty much what I'm saying is that if AD doesn't have almost all 99s, then that is going to be annoying because Giannis last year had mostly 99s and a couple 98s, and that was his card. He had a very, very stacked card. However, it's not as fun because, you know, if AD doesn't have, like, Giannis last year's stats, it's going to be boring. I mean, Giannis last year hadn't even won an MVP and he was on the cover. AD hasn't won an MVP yet and he was on the cover. You know, they're both superstars the year before. I mean, the only difference with Giannis, but, like, you know, last year Giannis was putting up great numbers, but again, he hadn't won MVP yet when he was on the cover and when he had people get his card. The MVP hadn't been announced. And also, the game doesn't update that card because it's expected to be the last card that a lot of people get. Like, it's the only card where if you get every single card in the game on the first day, you can't get. It's one of the only cards. I should probably do a challenge with that. I'm gonna try and do a challenge where I, like, when I can afford it. We're on a 2K. If they keep, like, this stuff going on where you have, like, the collections and stuff, I want to see how far I can get if I get every single card in the game. And that'll be on a mix of spending, like, $1,000 on packs. Like, I'll spend $1,000 on packs, get enough to buy every single card in the game, and buy every single card in the game on day one. Rather it's buying it or pulling it from packs. I will do that in the future, and when I do that, I will make a video based off of that, and the challenge will be pulling every card in the game on day one, and then see how far into the collections I can get, because that'll give me a competitive advantage. And the other thing will be Road to Final Thing, which is pretty much every time new packs come out, I will grind, I'll buy tons of money with packs, and spend it all on getting those cards. Now I'll do that on an alternate account. I'll have my main account, which is one I'm currently playing on, which will be used for just, like, you know, regular old, like, I'd buy packs pretty much the basic way, where I would, you know, oh, come on, give me, like, coins. Give me 10. How do I only get one? I've won, like, 6 straight games. Oh, almost. I question my existence after getting one token when I probably had enough wins to get, like, Dan Rice. My friend Johnny doesn't even have 100 wins yet, and I have 500. I want to hang out with 2 of my friends tomorrow. It's like, but my mom pretty much, she told me, alright, if they say that school is canceled and, like, your current grades are what you're getting, my mom wants me to take online courses, which I think it's already too late. If not, I think that they will give us like a test. They'll say, you know what, this is a test you take online. Get fucked, cat. Like, you'll take a test online, and then once that test is done, like, you finish that test, if you pass it, you pass the grade, you get the credit. If you don't pass it, you know, whatever your current mark is your final mark. So if you're failing a class, then whatever your final mark was for that class, that's your final mark for the entire course, which will kind of suck for people like me who are failing. But I think they're going to give a chance for everybody who's failing, so then we don't have to retake the semester. However, if so, I'm going to be taking these 3 online courses, and I'll probably end up doing them over the summer. And, you know, then I'll be taking these courses where I, you know, take the course. And it's online, so I can get my credit. I mean, it won't be, because right now I'm under the academic, which is known as like the one that you get for going, if you're going to college, or if you want to go to if you want to go to like university, which is like, you know, better than college in Canada. And pretty much, you know, if you want to go to that, you take academic courses. However, you take applied if you don't, or if you want to go to like just a basic college. Now with my grades right now, I'm gonna suck. I want to get like, I want to take, so I'm gonna have to take applied pretty much, and then try and get good grades in online applied. I hate those teachers though. Like, it's gonna be like 75 minutes a day probably for each of the courses, so I'll probably have to do, like, it'll either be where I'm in a Skype call with my teacher and a bunch of other students, or like a specific video call, or you're gonna have to go on this one site every day and then do your lesson, and pretty much then you're gonna have to do a bunch of work. You're gonna have to take notes to your computer, which, God, I hope that's not something where it's like, you know, where it's like you're in a Skype call, because, you know, I feel like they should do it so you can, you know, listen to the lecture whenever, or whatever your lesson, whenever you want. However, tests, they're going to schedule a specific time where in a one-on-one Skype call with your teacher, and your teacher can see what you're doing. Now, however, there's always going to be that one dude who pretty much like just starts looking up the things, but you know what, then the teacher can tell you're not cheating, or you can have your mom behind you and just make sure the teacher knows that your parents are like there. I mean, you know, but I would hate to be in like an online course with like, I'd hate to be in an online course where, you know, your teacher is like just doing an online lecture live, because when your teacher's doing it live, then, you know, if you have to use the bathroom, you actually have to say, hey, can I go to the bathroom? You know, and if, you know, but then there's always that teacher who says, hey, who didn't pack a lunch? And then you're like, I didn't pack a lunch. She's like, why didn't you, you idiot? And then you're like, because my kitchen is in the same house. And then, you know, there's always that one teacher who says, hey, no pets in class. And it's like, well, we're not in a classroom now, are we? I'm at my house. You know, there's things that you can get away with in online courses, which, I mean, honestly, I'd be down just to take my entire, like, if it's like that, where you aren't in a video chat with your teacher, you're, like, just watching it, it's kind of like a video that he sends you every day, or, like, every however long, and then it's, like, then you get test days like that. I will straight up be willing to take my entire grade tenure online. Now, I don't think I'll be able to take the entire year online. I think I'll have to go into school for a long time. The other thing that you'll be able to get away with is using your phone, because the teacher can't see it. So it's like, hey, show me your hands, and you're like, you know, you just put your phone away, and the teacher can't actually come over to you. So, you know, you can get away with a lot of things. Like eating in class. I mean, yeah, it might come out as a distraction. But if you mute your mic, then your teacher shouldn't be able to complain. You know, you should be like, yeah, I have my mic muted. I can eat because it won't be a distraction. You guys can't hear it. I can, but I can still hear the lecture. You know. But also the teachers aren't likely to call you on in online courses. They're less likely to be like, alright, what is the answer to this? You. They're more likely to, you know, just straight up tell you guys the answers for a lot of stuff because they aren't trying to, like, care. But right now, I'm having, like, a lazy ass week. You know? I'm just doing what the fuck I want. Please open the vault and give me like 1,000,000 coins with Dan Isel and Danny Green. Okay, that's a positive. Run who Taco Ninjas. No, not 1. 10. Like, an extra 9 coins with that, please. Who the fuck is Taco Ninja? Like, just curious. And how many friends do you have? Here's 3 people. Taco Ninja 966. He's with a dude named Brew Daddy 18 and Butter Puppies 08. What the fuck are these people saying? Dude, I'll be back. I'm gonna go and grab some cereal. I fucked up late night cravings, right? I'll be back in like 10 minutes. Alexa, turn off the lights. Holy shit, that dish out worked. What the fuck? Bro, Kelly Oubre is just like a dominant motherfucker. Like, who's underrated at certain shit, but like, when it comes to stealing your girl, you need to watch your back. So he'll steal that and your mom. Like, the pros and cons of knowing Kelly Oubre. The pros, he's very nice. You know, he's an NBA player. He's a millionaire. He's a cool guy. You know, he probably has a big house and he probably has a lot of money. The disadvantages, he'll steal your girlfriend. He'll end up fucking your mom too. He'll end up fucking all the girls near you and he will not give you a single one. Moral story, date Kelly Oubre and lose your girlfriend. Or if you're lonely like me, just never have a chance of getting one because, you know, there's gonna be like, hey, I like your friend, he's so hot. And then you're gonna be like, yeah, who's also 6'7", power forward, small forward in the NBA for the Phoenix Suns. He's also pretty damn good at basketball. And they're gonna be like, oh, what's his name? And you're gonna be like, Kelly Oubre. And he's gonna be like, oh my god, I heard about that guy. I heard he's really hot. That's him. And I'm like, yeah. He's also married. Okay. I don't think Oubre is married. I don't even think he has a girlfriend. Actually, he probably does. Because all the fucking girls want him. Either A, he just can't choose so he doesn't have a girlfriend, or B, he has a girlfriend and it's just like no girls care. They just want him as like cock. So, I never really knew what a sign trade was. I always thought that meant like two players want to go to the other person's team. So, you know, one team, so like, you know, I thought with D'Angelo Russell, it was like he wanted to go to the Warriors, Kevin Durant wanted to go to the Nets, so they pretty much just traded them by signing. But I didn't realize that what it meant was because the other team was already going close to salary cap and they probably wouldn't afford to sign that player for the amount they wanted, pretty much the Nets would sign D'Angelo and then just trade him for either salary cap fillers or like a second round pick, like just late picks and drafts. On future projection, or in this case possibly Kevin Durant. Pretty much it was just allowing the player to sign a bigger contract before leaving to another team. Oh shit. Sure's laying down flashy dunks too? I guess all three of these guys have participated in the dunk contest at one point or another, so like all three of my guys are actually elite dunkers. I just realized that. Like, two of them are known for defense. One of them is known for just, his, the things that he's won, the individual awards that he's won. Well, I mean, technically, all three of them are great defenders, but like, one of them is known for his defense. The other one is known mostly by his one dunk, and then along with that, just being the greatest player of all time. And then, the other one is known for like being the most recent player to win the MVP. And a serious candidate for the future MVP, for this year's MVP. So, he's known to be the best player in the league right now. One thing that all of these guys have in common is they have participated in one or more dunk contests. Jordan has participated in more iconic ones. Serge and like Giannis have probably been into the least memorable dunk contests in the past 10 years. Or at least memorable, but for reasons that don't involve them whatsoever. Like, I don't think Giannis was, remembered in the dunk contest that he participated in. I know that Ibaka wasn't. Well, he was known for being able to dunk from the free throw line in his dunk contest. I heard about the most racist field trip that has ever went on. That was a very delicious bowl of cereal. You see, it's Eggo